I think the African American percentage is probably easier to estimate, and I would say 21%, right on their demographic percentage of the population. I think the overall turnout in the presidential race is probably going to be about like it always is, which is probably in the neighborhood of 70, a little more than that percent. What I want to go back to, what I want to go back to is, you know, we see all these polls, and who knows how this crazy election is going to come out. But the poll I got to look at in detail recently, here's what seems to me to be happening in this election. It's not taxes. It's not really the economy. It's not education. Everything polarizes on George Bush. When you read this poll, how people vote correlates with how they feel about George Bush more than any other thing. Now, there's some good news in this for Republicans. And I'm not as skeptical as Francis's poll. The 48% of the people in North Carolina that are unfavorable to Bush, 6 of that 48 comes from Republicans who don't like Bush. And when you go back to the ballot, they go home. They vote for McCain, they vote for McCord, they vote for Dole. So that effectively, politically, Bush is unfavorable is at 42, and his favorable is at 41. Now, if you look at those two numbers, they're completely polarized. 90% of the dislikes are voting for the Democrats, and 90+% of the likes are voting for the Republicans. The problem for the Democrats is if you go up the road to Virginia, Bush is 10 points more disliked than he is in North Carolina. And y'all are sweeping everything. You're going to run the tapes. But in North Carolina, it's a different world. And there is just enough. I think Bush is unfavorable, leaves the Democrats a step short here. Now, the second factor, among the Democrats, there is a remnant of your old conservative Democrat Jesse-crat. They're almost gone. There's not many of them, but there are about 7% of the total vote. They are favorable to Bush, and they're voting Republican down the line. So that when you correlate the Republican vote and that Jesse-crat vote, in the poll I saw, McCord was even, Dole was up by a couple of points, McCain's up by 4 points. And who knows if that's accurate, but to me, the real threat to Republicans from now to election day isn't anything that somebody puts on television in an ad. It's a hiccup by George Bush. If Bush stumbles and his unfavorables go up 5 points in North Carolina, everybody goes down the tubes. If the unfavorables stay where they are today, then I would guess that McCain and Dole probably win, because the decided vote is just not enough of the undecided votes to dislike Bush to get them where they need to be, and McCrory's in a horse race.